Finding the Ralph Lauren aesthetic, but make it Amazon. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm very happy that you're here today because this is one of my favorite things to do on this channel of late, and that is to try and recreate a Ralph Lauren aesthetic on an Amazon budget. I took a look at the Ralph Lauren pre-fall to see what direction he was going in this new upcoming season and how he was interpreting the transitional season. What I saw was absolutely gorgeous. He is leaning heavily Western for pre-fall. He is also leaning into suede, and he is leaning into a relaxed classic look. So he's still combining all of his different worlds together to create a wonderful experience. And I was able to find a lot of pieces on Amazon that matched up to what we see for him for pre-fall. So today's video is to go over all of that with you to show you how you can achieve the Ralph Lauren aesthetic without breaking the bank. By the way, my name is Oralia. I am a style coach. I am also on a GLP-1 weight loss journey, and I am a mid-size petite. My goal here on my channel is to help you to embrace a buy less but buy better philosophy. As such, I do a lot of shopping on the internet and bring a curated selection of pieces here to my channel to show you in order to help you to build a curated and thoughtful closet of pieces that are classic, sophisticated, modern, and also beautiful. And that means that sometimes price points will be at a big box store price on up to luxury. It just depends, because our closets should be a mix of all of the things. Before I cut over to the outfits, I just want to give you some notes on how to shop. Some of these pieces will pop up here on the screen, on the left-hand corner of the screen. Some of them will not, but you can find everything that I am talking about linked in the description bar down below. I'm also going to leave you the link to my Amazon storefront where everything in this video from Amazon are going to be linked. A majority, I would say about 95% of what I am showing you here today can be found on Amazon, but I will be sure to have links to everything for you in the description bar, as well as pinned to a comment on the video, and where possible, it will pop up here on the screen. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and let's dive in, because I had so much fun putting this video together. And spoiler alert, I wore things in combinations that I never ever thought in my wildest days that I would wear. So stay tuned if you want to see me pushing myself out of my style box. All right, let's go. So here we are with look number one, and this is actually quite a departure for me. I rarely ever wear a vest like this with such a long skirt, but this is a set that I got from Pretty Garden on Amazon. It is really gorgeous. I've shown it before here on my channel. It does have a top and a skirt, but it comes that way. And I really, really appreciate that, because I do have a lot of fun breaking this up. But what I've done to give it that Ralph Lauren flair is I have added a vest to the look. Ralph Lauren loves vests because they are very preppy, they are very scholastic, and they do lean a little Western, plus they lean a little bit heritage. And I really like the way that this look turned out. I think it's really quite pretty. Now, I have given it a Western vibe with the shoe. The shoe is a gorgeous mule with a Western motif, and they've got a few different styles. It is a lower heel, and it is really, really beautiful. It's in this beautiful, beautiful, almost like dark brown, burgundy kind of color. We've got that pony print on there that kind of helps to break it up, but it definitely does have a Western flair. This is about as close to cowboy boots as you will ever get me. I'm not the biggest fan of a cowboy boot, but I do like cowboy booties, and also I like shoes that have got this type of Western flair. So with all of this together, it really does bring kind of the look that Ralph Lauren is going for in his pre-fall collection, because as I mentioned in the introduction, he is leaning heavily into that Western vibe. And I think that this fits the bill in a very, very feminine way. I love the fact that the vest or waistcoat really does a lot for the look. If you definitely want any one piece for a Ralph Lauren look, I would say the vest is a good one, because it is a really nice tweed vest. It does have a lovely herringbone pattern. Let me get in closer so that you can see. It just has a really beautiful, almost scholastic pattern. It just reminds me of like academia, but also can pull Western in a lot of cases. You could always wear the vest open if you want to. Now, an addition that you can make to this look, of course, you know that Ralph Lauren is all about layering. And if we're leaning into the Western vibe, I have this belt here that I've shown before, and it definitely has a Western look and feel to it. So you could absolutely put the belt on and just do what Ralph Lauren loves to do and layer on top of things and layer under things and just create a very layered look. So very much the Ralph Lauren way. And then you could also add a scarf. I have this beautiful silk scarf that I have gotten from Amazon. I don't know if this pattern itself is available, but I do believe it might be. And it's 100% mulberry silk. And you can totally go full on Western with the cowboy tie, which I'm just gonna do it here real quick. And you absolutely have that Ralph Lauren look with this type of look here. So you could even close up the vest if you wanted to, and have this kind of just sitting in here like that, and there you have it. You've got yourself a very nicely layered Ralph Lauren look with just adding a few things. So that is the thing about Ralph Lauren. It's just about layering things and being very thoughtful about how you're layering things. Plus, if it has a Western or boho vibe, then you can easily lean into the whole Ralph Lauren aesthetic. But I really do like this look, even, you know, as it is. You can take off one or two pieces if you want to. You don't have to wear them all layered on top of each other like this. But I do believe that it looks really, really beautiful this way. And you can absolutely achieve the look with just a few pieces that you can find on Amazon. So this is definitely a vibe at a lower cost than you would get from actually shopping Ralph Lauren. I would like to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, and that is UnderOutfit. I'm on a GLP-1 weight loss journey. I'm also trying to improve my fitness levels. I'm trying to increase my muscle. And so I have been doing personal training now for a few weeks, and I found really quickly that I needed new activewear for personal training, because she has us not only lifting weights and things, but she does have us doing a little bit of jumping and cardio and things of that nature. And so I needed a really good activewear bra that could kind of cover all of those bases. And so when they reached out to me and I saw some of their activewear, I was interested in trying. And so I ordered their sports bra, which I have to say is so, so nice. First of all, really super comfortable to wear. That is absolute the most important thing to me when I am working out, is I have to be comfortable. I don't want to feel like I am in a compression sleeve. I do want to be held in, but not tightly so. I want to be able to move, and I don't want it to bind. And this particular sports bra is so, so good. They provide innovative wireless support that actually does support, and I can attest to that. When I worked out last, it did a really good job of holding things together, especially when we were doing the jumping that we do. They are very size inclusive in that they carry small cups on up to a 4XL, so they do have a wide size range. So they've got a little bit of something for everyone. I found the fabric to be incredibly soft. I also like the fact that we have got built-in cups into the bra, so things don't move around. You don't have to worry about adjusting pads after you have washed your sports bra, which that's so aggravating to me, that you've got to, you know, move things around. So these are built-in bra pads. It's got really lovely stretchy fabric, really super comfortable. It does a really great job of wicking up sweat. It moves and bends with you so easily, and I really truly love that. Stitching that they have is meant to be supportive, which it is. It kind of held everything together. And I just really enjoyed the aesthetic of the bra. The bra itself is really pretty. They do have an entire range of products, from bras to underwear, shapewear, soft shapewear, or like those are like slip shorts, and of course the activewear. They offer a 180-day return policy, so even if you've worn it and washed it and decided that you didn't like it, they will refund you for 180 days, which that's not bad. 180 days is what? It's like 6 months that you get to try the piece, and if you decide that you don't like it for whatever reason, you are welcome to return it to them and they will take it back, no questions asked. So I would urge you to give UnderOutfit a try. I have got a link available that I will provide you in the description bar down below, as well as pinned to a comment on the video. So make sure that you check it out. They are also available on Amazon. So I will have them in my Amazon storefront along with everything that I'm showing you here in today's video. Thank you to UnderOutfit for sponsoring today's video. I'm very, very excited to continue to try out their products, especially their activewear. I'm very excited to get back to showing you the different looks that I've got for you. So let's go ahead and let's go back to the video. This next look is one that is very much outside of my comfort zone, I will have you know, but I am taking one for the team here because I wanted to emulate that Western vibe that we get with Ralph Lauren. So I am wearing a belt that I don't know that I ever would have worn otherwise. It is a conch belt with a denim chambray shirt. And what I like about the chambray shirt is that we've got the ruffle here, which is something that you see a lot with Ralph Lauren. He loves having that ruffle. He loves having that bit of femininity with a denim shirt, especially, or a chambray shirt, I should say, especially. And I really like it though. I think it is really, really beautiful, leans into the feminine. And then with this beautiful pleated skirt that has got a lovely eyelet detail at the hem, it's really gorgeous and really does pull that feminine Western flair that he's going for in his early fall or pre-fall lineup. Now, I will say that this belt, I got it in an extra large, and I think I'm like on the first or maybe second hole. It is a little bit on the tight side. So if you are mid-size petite, if you don't have a smaller waist, then you may want to skip this particular belt and try the other one instead. Otherwise, you know, you could absolutely wear this. These conch belts actually should run a little bit big because they will look a lot better because you could wear them slung lower on the hip. I think that's the way that these look best. So for me personally, I am gonna go back to the other belt that I showed you. Let me show you the details on this one before I do that. This belt is quite beautiful. It has a lot of really pretty details. This is not the only style that this particular seller has. He does have, or they do have, other styles. But I like this one the best because it just felt the most traditional to me, the most what I know, having grown up in Texas. This to me feels more like something that I would have seen or I would wear in cowboy country. Personally, me, I would much rather do this belt. It's a lot more comfortable because it does have a stretchy back to it. And then we've got this detail here in the front that is just slightly Western. It's not quite as over the top. I feel definitely more myself in this particular belt than I do in that other. So this is probably how I would style it personally, if you know, I were to wear something like this. Anyway, I really like either belt. I think they both each achieve the same look of that kind of like prairie Western, but collected and heritage kind of thing that he has going for him. So this is yet another way that you can inexpensively achieve that Ralph Lauren look. It is absolutely beautiful. I really, really love the detail on this particular skirt. By the way, I searched high and low and found the best skirt that I could find. I think this is 100% cotton with 100% cotton lining. And the chambray shirt, I believe, is mostly cotton. It does have a little bit of stretch in it, but what I will say is that for being an extra large, it actually fits really, really well. I really like the way that this top fits. It buttons up nicely. It fits on the arms really well. The cuffs are just a standard cuff. They're not ruffled or anything like that. They're just your usual cuff. If you really enjoy boho style and if you really enjoy leaning into a Western vibe, then this is definitely the look for you. I have the mules on that I had on with the first outfit. I'm probably gonna wear these throughout, but I really think that it hits that Western vibe. Now for the winter, Once it starts getting a little bit cooler, a pair of cowboy boots would actually look really, really good with this outfit, I think. And you would really, really strike that strong Ralph Lauren note that he's looking at right now in fall, in early fall, I should say. This is not his full fall lineup. It was pre-fall. So anyway, this is a really great look. I really, really love it. I think that it's very pretty. All of these pieces can be worn in different ways in your wardrobe. This would look great with a pair of denim. This would look beautiful with a simple tank top. The mules would look good with anything. I do have a jacket that I'm gonna show you that is a variation of what I saw on his pre-fall website. So let me grab that. And I went with this one only because the one that they had advertised on Amazon had distressing on it, and I just didn't like the placement of the distressing. It had the distressing right here, and I just didn't like that. I just don't feel that distressing is a very gives anything of an expensive look. It looks really kind of just, I don't know, it just doesn't, it looks cheap to me. So I decided on doing a variation on a theme. And I went with the brown jacket instead because he had this beautiful denim jacket that had almost a military feel to it. So this is very much like the one that we saw on the pre-fall, in his pre-fall lineup, but it's in brown. And I just feel that it's actually a little bit better in brown than in denim. So this is a really great jacket for a transitional season. If we were in the actual cooler months, I say a pair of boots would look really beautiful and would complete the look. So you can wear your summer skirts in the transition seasons. It just depends on how you style them and what you pair them with. So if you put it with a denim jacket like this and you decide to wear a pair of cowboy boots or boots in general with this, you could easily take this skirt and wear it and get a lot more cost per wear out of it. But the jacket itself is so, so pretty and very, very, I hope my sound levels aren't bad. So the jacket is really quite lovely. I really think that it is nice. It does strike that Ralph Lauren look because, you know, we've got pockets with buttons and, you know, we've got the buttons here. And so it's looking very much similar to what we saw on the Ralph Lauren pre-fall website. So yeah, I think that, I think we've got a look here. Now, if you wanted to go even further, you could add a scarf here, and that would really push it over the top for that Ralph Lauren vibe. Let's go ahead and let's move on to the next outfit. One of the other things that featured very heavily in the Ralph Lauren pre-fall for this year was suede. I especially noticed that he had a suede skirt, a particular suede skirt that he featured in his collection. I immediately set out onto the Amazon website to find something in a faux suede, and I think I have found something that is very similar to the one that he showed. Color's not quite the same, but still same idea of wearing suede. Now suede is going to have a huge moment this fall and winter because we saw in the Nordstrom anniversary sale suede dresses, suede jackets, suede skirts. You know, we saw a lot of that in the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and usually that's a pretty good indicator of what you can expect. And then of course on the Ralph Lauren pre-fall website also seeing the same things. So this skirt here is gorgeous. It is so soft and so comfortable. It is faux suede. It is stretchy. This particular shirt is not from Amazon. This is actually universal standard, but still any kind of like a striped shirt, of course, is going to strike that Ralph Lauren note, especially if you can find it in a brown and white stripe like I have got here. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful cotton poplin shirt. And I do think they still have it available, so I will have it linked. But I added the scarf to give it more of a Western or a Ralph Lauren flair. And of course, I've got the mules on, which are a perfect match for this skirt. And I've got the stretchy belt on because this one's my favorite. It is the most comfortable one. Not to mention the fact that it's a pretty dead-on match to the skirt as well. But this is another way that you can emulate that Ralph Lauren look, especially if you're looking for something for the office. This works very, very well in that regard because it's a button-down shirt with a suede-like skirt. You could definitely put the jacket on over, and let me grab that, and have a complete look. There you have it, a full-on Ralph Lauren vibe that you've got going on here with all of these pieces. If you wanted to, you could do the vest. Now the vest is a slightly different shade of brown, but I will try that for you as well. But this is definitely a way that you can do it with a jacket if you wanted to. This is a stretchy denim jacket, so just be aware of that. But it does have a really beautiful structured look about it, not your traditional denim jacket. You're just wearing different varying shades of brown. You could bring in a scarf to help tie the colors together if you would rather do that. But overall, you know, this is definitely another really great Ralph Lauren vibe. I think with the vest and the scarf and the shirt and the belt and the skirt and the shoes. I mean, really, this is definitely giving classic Ralph Lauren, if you ask me. Just a really beautiful color combination of pieces that you wear. You can, let's take the scarf off just so that we can see what it looks like on its own. That works. That absolutely works. Lots of different looks with just a few pieces that you can create, but we have a little bit more coming. So let's go on to the next look. Okay, so for this look, we have gone down a much more preppy path. But again, still fits within that Ralph Lauren aesthetic because we are wearing just a plain white cotton poplin shirt with a vest. And I've left the shirt out just to give it a little bit more of a casual flair. We've got this on with a pair of jeans and a pair of penny loafers. Now, this is not a 100% Amazon look. The vest is from Amazon. You can get the Levi's jeans. These are the Levi's wedgie straights. You can get these from Amazon as well. The top is a Levi's boyfriend button down. And then, of course, the shoes are my GH Bass penny loafers. I really love this look. It does ring Ralph Lauren. I have minimized it though because we've got no belt or anything like that. We don't have a scarf, but you could put a scarf with this look and give it that, you know, Ralph Lauren flair, you know, that cowboy tie on the scarf, and definitely make this a little bit more overtly Ralph Lauren. But you know, I honestly, either way, I think it's a really, really great outfit. This vest is incredibly versatile. It's one that when you buy it, you'll be able to dress it up and dress it down. If you work in an office, this is a really great piece to have, especially if the opposite of summer, if in the winter your building runs the heat way high and you don't want to wear a blazer. This is a really great substitute, especially because the construction on this vest is really, really good, I think, for the money. So really, really nice pieces, a really nice casual preppy take on Ralph Lauren. This is yet another facet of his aesthetic. It's all about an experience. It's all about a lifestyle. And this harkens to a preppy yet cowboy kind of look. Just depends on how you want to wear it. Like I said, if you take the scarf off, then we're definitely leaning into the preppy more than we are into anything else, especially given that we have got a pair of jeans and penny loafers. So very academic. I think this is a really cool academic look. One of the other directions that you can take this look is by adding kind of like a poncho, because that again is also very much a part of the Ralph Lauren aesthetic. And this particular poncho is so nice. This is my second one that I've gotten like this. I love to wear them when I am going to be out like in the garden and it's a little bit chilly out, or if you're going to be going to like any kind of like football games or anything like that in the autumn. Put a poncho on top, and the shoes are a little too preppy for this look, so we put on the heels instead. This is to emulate a cowboy boot. You could totally wear a cowboy boot with this. I think that would look really great. And this is a really, really lovely piece. And they come in a lot of different colors, but these definitely read Ralph Lauren, classic Ralph Lauren. So it's not all about what's new in pre-fall. It's also about what Ralph Lauren has done over the years. And this is definitely a look that he really likes to fall back onto. It's so easy. This is really nice and cozy. It will keep you nice and warm on a cool night, and you can totally give those vibes easily just by putting this one piece on and maybe just having a pair of cowboy boots or a pair of cowboy booties. You have this really great Ralph Lauren vibe happening. This dress is for all you corporate baddies out there. This dress is one that is very much in line with classic Ralph Lauren, ready to wear for like office or event. And I love the fact that we have got a side tie here. Now, what I will say about this dress was I was a little bit surprised when I opened it up and saw that it's made of almost like a scuba knit. So think Spanx Air Essentials. It's like that. It is made in that kind of a knit, which actually is incredibly, incredibly comfortable. So I am not mad at the fact that this dress is not made of natural fibers. It is actually quite lovely. It is easy to wear. This is a really, really great dress for those of you ladies who are looking for a dress for work, especially one for the transitional season, fall, winter. It is warm outside. It is warm in my room, and I'm not overheated in this dress. I've paired it with some Ralph Lauren heels and a bag. This is from Quince. I don't know if it's on, if they have it anymore, if they've restocked it yet, but this is their satchel bag. And then I've got the scarf from Amazon to kind of help tie everything together. I really, really love this dress. I love it more than I thought that I would because it is just so, so pretty. It really is a lovely, lovely dress. Perfect for a career. It has a slit in the back. I thought that it was going to hit me at maxi length, and it doesn't. I was worried that I'm like, oh, this is maxi length and for the office. But no, it's not. It is definitely midi length. You could absolutely have this altered if you want to make it a little bit shorter if you are my height and don't exactly want the dress to be this long. Me personally, I don't mind it. I actually quite like it. I love the fact that it's giving me a long straight line. This is definitely a dress that screams Ralph Lauren. I mean, it went viral last year, as did the lookalikes, and I think it's going to continue to go viral this year. This is a beautiful dress for the autumn. There are a gazillion colors available. I'm wearing an extra large and it fits just fine. I would say you probably want to wear shapewear. I am wearing a slip short underneath, but I feel that shapewear might be a little bit better because this fabric is a little bit unforgiving in that it will show lumps and bumps. And so some shapewear might be in order here, but for the purposes of this try on, I really do like the dress. I think that it is really beautiful and something that you might want to consider for your wardrobe in the fall. So this just goes to show that you can absolutely come up with a Ralph Lauren look just by doing a little bit of searching and finding pieces that are of a lower price point if you don't want to pay the actual Ralph Lauren prices. If you want me to do a fall winter version of this video, I'm happy to do that. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you'd like me to create a series of Ralph Lauren aesthetic on a budget from other retailers, not just Amazon. So if you want me to try and do this with Walmart or Quince or Kohl's or any other retailer that you like that does not have the Ralph Lauren price point, then I'm happy to do that. I'm very excited to do that because honestly, I would like to see if I can find that aesthetic in other places. It's a challenge that I'm just like, yes, if you want me to do it, I will do it. I just want to throw in another quick thank you to UnderOutfit here for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with a video here that YouTube thinks that you will enjoy. Thank you so very much for spending some time with me today. I truly appreciate you. If I don't see you in that video, then I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Alright.